Hi guys, Ed here from those Playground Bullies, and today on How To we are looking at trade. And now trade is an extremely important part of Anno 2070. It not only helps you support yourself for your income by making money through trade, it also is a necessary part of the game if you want to advance your faction to a respectable level. You cannot produce all necessary resources on your starting island. It's just not possible. So you have to branch out to secondary, third, fourth islands which have the resources available, and then trade them back to your main island, either to be produced further into a final product, or you can do that on the island and transport that over. You get the gist. Now, first things we're going to be looking at is trade routes. Now, trade routes can either be accessed from this bottom button here, which I'm trying to circle with my cursor, or by just be pressing F6. That is a shortcut, of course. Now here you can see the strategic map. What the strategic map shows you is your islands, or all the islands and all the other NPCs involved in the game. Now these can easily be clicked on, etc, etc. What I've done there is just add two places, which I didn't mean to, but they can just be easily removed by pressing the X there. Now anyway, what the trade route allows you to do is select, well, once you've added a boat, it allows you to choose what products are loaded up onto the ship from which islands, and then unloaded onto other islands, and vice versa. Now trade routes can easily be made by clicking on the new trade route, and then trade route 4. Now once you've got your trade route started, you already know what island you're going to be working from. So for example, I'm just going to click on Destiny, and then from Destiny we will be clicking to load, I would say, lobster, because this island supports lobster, which we need to support the luxury goods for the inhabitants of Ulster. Now once we have our lobster selected here, we will then click Ulster, and we will now click the red button which is offload, and we will click lobster. Now that is just a simple trade route. As you can see here, it will shows you which way it's going, where it's going. Here is the amount being loaded onto the boat, and here's what's being offloaded. Now the amount can be changed. You can reduce the amount and increase it to a maximum of 60, I apologise. And that can easily just be done by clicking on the button, this little green button, or the little red symbol down there. There you go. Now also, you must remember to add a ship. It is important to do so. So you can see here the ships available to you, and obviously something like a commando ship or a freight ship is obviously good, as they have more slots and can then get more things. But you know, this Colossus has one empty slot and that's all we're carrying, so you know, just stick it there, it doesn't really matter too much. And then you can see the ship going off to get involved in its trading, and there you go, that's it, done. You don't have to touch it again. You can come back and edit it if you want. You can add stations if you so desire. Just click on which one you want. We want to trade 4. You want them to go after they're Ulster. We want them to go over to here, and we want them to drop something off. So we want them to pick up some, for example, some steel, and then we'd like to drop that. Get them to drop that off, please. So there you go, added easily. And now the boat will go from there up to here, down to there, picking up from here, dropping off and picking up there, dropping off there, and picking up from there. Exactly like that. Easy peasy. Okay, so also it is important to know that your trade route can be altered, and this can easily be done just to click on the middle section and then putting the new point wherever you want it. So now, rather than just going straight, the ship will take this route. This can be extremely useful in certain missions in the campaign where you're trying to avoid father's ships. It's easy to say move it over here so they avoid certain patrols, etc. You know, that's just a little tip that could be useful to people. Another side to trade is trading with NPCs. Now this can be done at your dock and with your main warehouse, and as you can see, if you click on this third tab down here, you'll go to trade. Now what will happen throughout the game and throughout any game you'll be playing, NPCs in container ships will come and approach your docks. You may see them do this. If you haven't got any trades set up, they will just leave and won't do anything. If you do, however, and you have something they want, they'll just buy it off you. You don't have to do anything about it. Sometimes a little message pops up over here and and it says OK, but you don't need to click OK, it will just do it anyway. Oh, here for example is an NPC boat approaching now, and it's just going to trade with you. Now what happens is, you come down to this section. The red button is for items you're willing to sell. The green is anything you'd like to buy. Now it's just one click, and this is really good for any items you have excess of. You've got too many tools, you've got too many, any item. It's good to just sell it rather than it blocking up your warehouse, because that sometimes halts production if there's not enough space. So it's good to just sell it, keep production going, and make a bit of extra money. Now all you do is click on the item you would like to sell. Now this quantity amount here is the amount that is going to be saved. So you can increase it or lower it depending on how important the item is to you or how much you need the item. So if I set the item at say 74, just because that's what I landed on, the NPCs cannot buy any more, or they can't buy anything that will reduce my amount by 74 units. So they'll sell any excess over that amount to the NPCs. So you can increase it or lower it depending on how important it is, because you don't want to lower it too much and then run out of what you need, but it's still very important. Also you can buy items along the way, and that just shows how much you're willing to buy off the NPCs, but bear in mind that it will cost you money. So you know what I mean, it's not brilliant. So just be careful when you're buying off NPCs, otherwise you might lose a bit of money off them. There you go. Now the last part of trade can be done manually, and this involves approaching and going near NPC arcs or other dock warehouses, and then seeing what items they desire. Now you can sell any good to an NPC, it just means you won't make the most money. For example, fish, you'll probably get like 50 credits for every 10, something around that mark, so you're not making much money. However, you can click on the arc, and here you'll see items in grey. These are items that this arc, for example, requires, and they're willing to pay a premium price for this. So they're buying 54 credits per ton for concrete. So for 10 loads, you'll be getting a lot, and it doesn't take a while. If you've got an excess of it, you might as well sell it. So sometimes you could just load up your ship. Now take one of your, this bad boy, load it up, concrete, send it over, and there you go. You've got your bit of money there. Now it's important to look out, because sometimes different factions, NPC factions, require or desire different items. So make sure you're selling it to the right person and making the most money. But that is another trading option for you. And there you go, guys. That's the brief guide for trade. I hope you've enjoyed. Cheers. Bye.